Hey, everybody, we are live here. Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers, and it's time for the Street Fighter movie review. We did a PCP Army poll. That's right, the PCP Army. You can join the PCP Army officially. It's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group, so if you're on Facebook, hop on over and join the PCP Army. We did a movie poll, audience pick, audience choice. The winner was Street Fighter. So we're here to talk about Street Fighter, maintaining social distance, tuning in remotely. I don't know. Live via satellite. We have Jelani and Brooks with us. What's up, fellas?
Doing good.
How are y'all doing?
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. You all right, Brooks?
Yeah. It's all
hey,
right.
Adam's in the building already. He says, Brooks. Brooks is the popular one.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently.
Four exclamation points.
Apparently.
What's up, Green Man? Tonight, y'all, we're talking about Street Fighter. We're going to just kind of dip shit around first for a second and let some people get in here, because I know some people in the PCP Army have actually been watching this movie this week along with us. So that's really fun. What's up, Easy Rider or Easy Reader? I like that because it's like a double reference. I got those references. Jelani, how you doing? How's your day? You staying safe?
I'm staying safe, man. I got, toilet water all over my floor. Toilet overflowed, so trying to clean that up, and that's pretty much it. My days are fun.
Just make sure that you're staying positive when you're stuck at home.
I am. Oh yeah, I'm working.
You got toilet water all over the place.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
That's
how you doing, Brooks?
It's all right. It's all right.
He's all right. You don't get much out of Brooks. Dylan, you son of a bitch. She's in here. What's up, Dylan? Dylan just had a great stream on his channel.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Dylan.
Oh, Dylan.
Yeah, man.
Also a member of the PCP Army. We'll be doing some show and tell after the movie review. I got some things. I got 4 things to open up, y'all.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, 4. And I'm very excited for it. All right. So let's get into it. We're talking about Street Fighter from 1994. Street Fighter from 1994 was directed and written by Stephen E. De Souza. It was based on the, what'd you say?
De Souza.
De Souza, my bad. Thank you. De Souza, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia, Ming-Na Wen, Kylie Minogue, and a few other people. We all know this movie. With this movie, we have been trying to get this movie to win a PCP audience movie review poll since we started doing it.
Yep.
We intentionally, even at times, made the polls themed in such a way that Street Fighter would have to be involved. Remember, we did the Jean-Claude Van Damme poll, all JCVD movies, right?
Yep.
Street Fighter, second place. We did the 90s video games poll. Street Fighter, second place. We did the cult classic, cheesy but great movies. Street Fighter, second place. But 4th time is the charm. And now Street Fighter is won. So I'm very excited to be here. I love this movie. I was so excited to do this. When Mortal Kombat beat Street Fighter in the 90s video game movies poll, we kind of saw that one coming. But when I rewatched Mortal Kombat, I didn't like it. But when I rewatched Street Fighter, I loved it just as much as I always have. I have always maintained the same opinion of this movie. It is good, cheesy, ridiculous fun with brilliant performances, with terrible performances, it's a bad movie, but it's having so much fun with it, right? And what's really cool is that Mr. Was it De Souza? What's that?
De Souza.
De Souza. This cat, do y'all know what else he did?
He was a screenwriter for Die Hard.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
Another movie. I watched like the making of documentary that was kind of on the Blu-ray.
Nice.
I learned a few things.
And he was a writer on 48 Hours and Commando, Jumpin' Jack Flash, The Running Man, the Die Hard films. He did 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
He did the Hudson Hawk movie.
Yeah.
No wonder I like this movie.
Yeah.
He before this one, he did Beverly Hills Cop 3. Before that, he did the Flintstones.
Oh, gosh.
That Flintstones movie from the 90s pretty fun.
John Goodman?
Yeah, John Goodman. Halle Berry.
Kyle MacLachlan. And then he did Beverly Hills Cop 3 before Street Fighter, and after this one, he did Judge Dredd. Now, this was his first one as a director.
Yeah, all these movies that you mentioned, hot cheese, all of them in some form or fashion. So he's got the genre, the genre down pat for action.
All of his movies are cheesy. They don't take themselves too seriously. Like even Die Hard, which is a great film, and it's nowhere the class. It's nowhere in the class that Street Fighter is, right?
Not at all.
But even that film is funny, you know, and it pokes fun of itself. And that's something that's in all of these movies that we just listed. And like, I love Hudson Hawk. By the way, Lee D, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you, man.
We'll allow the shout out for Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
I'm really, we're you know that we're going to do a poll one day and Mortal Kombat Annihilation is going to win. You know it.
God. And then we got to watch it.
Oh. I've never seen that one.
And we have to watch Mortal Kombat.
It's really good, though.
Annihilation? The soundtrack? Maybe.
The Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a great soundtrack. Yeah. And, but we're not talking about Mortal Kombat. The first few minutes of that are great because they kill
Johnny Cage.
What's up, buddy? How are you doing? I know. Did you watch Street Fighter? Didn't you, Herminio? Running Man was lit.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
It was.
I like that.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, so I still love this movie. It's so fun, y'all. It's like it's got a great pace. It never feels slow. It never feels boring. It's always feeling cheesy. It's ridiculous. It's like Van Damme was like, me as Guile. Sure. I'll have fun with it.
Paycheck.
Raul Julia. Everything he's in is amazing. And
he steals that show.
Yeah, and to most of its culture,
he earned that paycheck.
Yeah, and he didn't. Unfortunately, this was his last role. He died right after this.
Right after this,
he was sick while he made this. He's in like body armor. They said that he came in there and did it. I think his kids or something were big Street Fighter fans, so he came in to do it. But his performance is legendary. This guy never does anything half-hearted. You know, look at his Gomez. You know,
yeah,
and so I just. And every other character kind of gets utilized just a little bit. It's a little bit different than the game. You know, they could have made it more like a blood sport type thing, Mortal Kombat type thing, but then it would have just been like anything else. This is very G.I. Joe. I had once read a rumor that this was a G.I. Joe script that they turned into Street Fighter.
It looks like it.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything to verify that, but Hasbro was behind the toys and the G.I. Joe toys, which we'll talk about later. Or the Street Fighter toys were basically G.I. Joe toys. They even like repurposed tanks and stuff. So like there are tanks in the movie, which is not something associated with Street Fighter because they just wanted to repurpose these G.I. Joe tanks from the 80s. Brooks, what you
would have been like that Guile is a military guy. So
yeah. But you know, that's not what Street Fighter's about. I mean, there's elements of that, but the tournament is central to Street Fighter, right? Yeah. And this doesn't have that whatsoever. But not I don't mind that whatsoever. Brooks, what did you think about it on the rewatch?
I liked it a lot more than I remember liking. As a kid, I remember I kind of liked it, but at the same time, I thought it was kind of bullshit because it didn't really seem like a Street Fighter movie. Because it didn't have really, and it took a lot of liberties with like characters, like the whole Blanca thing. I was like, what? That's not how that happened. Yeah. But just watching it, as its own thing, I enjoyed it a whole lot. It was a lot of fun. It didn't take itself too seriously. It had a lot of good jokes in it.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah,
and it keeps that pace. The humor helps it go through. It's actually got some for the 90s, some very standard cool explosions and things that you would typically see in action scenes. And Van Damme, I mean. Y'all,
he's over the top.
I used to make fun of Van Damme all the time, but when we watched Bloodsport, and then I rewatched JCVD around that same time, and then I think I watched a few clips from Kickboxer, and then watching this one, y'all, I'm like, dude, this dude, I just want to see him kick and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff is great. He does the damn
flash kick,
the flash kick twice.
Oh, and
that was clean.
Got the Street Fighter Alpha strategy guys, so if you have any trouble with move names, they're all here.
Nice, thank you. Oh man, yeah, dude, it's so cheesy. Yeah, it was so bad. Enjoyed it more as a kid. Oh man, I think I loved it. I pretty much enjoy it the same amount every time I watch it. Green Man says the only thing missing was some fireballs. That's in there. It's in there.
They show the fire, they show Ryu like doing it.
He does it in the screen flash.
Like he did it like right up in his stuff. So
right up, he's like, ah!
Yeah, it wasn't
but
a
it
real
didn't see
but
graphics or anything.
they did like a flash, that you saw, and like aside from that, it's
They kind of did the same thing in Mortal Kombat too with Liu Kang's fireball.
Yeah.
until the second one where he actually turns into a freaking dragon.
Please don't
Wait to
mention that
watch that movie. Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's never do
We're gonna
that.
keep mentioning it. It's gonna happen.
Let's
What's
never
up,
do
Frankie? Says I'm the repo man, and you're out of business.
I'm here to collect bison.
that. Why, son? Yeah.
What does he say about the checks? I'm gonna make like the next Bison wannabe will feel it. I'm gonna kick you so far up his ass that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it.
Bisons out so hard that the next Bison wannabe is going to feel it.
This movie's got great one-liners.
It does.
When you think of these cheesy movies that no matter how good they would have made this film, it would not have aged well either way, right? So it's really cool to have the movie have so many great one-liners, so many great moments, such a great pace to it, such a fun atmosphere about it, even though it's completely different for the most part. But I mean, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't Raul Julia as in Bison, maybe the movie doesn't come across as well, because he really, like, anytime he's on screen, I'm just transfixed.
He sold it. He sold that film. He's the best actor in that film.
Oh yeah.
He comes out and like, it's his presence. It'll be him, Van Damme, Low Van Damme, and then everybody else. Now I like
Kylie Minogue did a good job for what she did.
I like Kylie Minogue. I like Kylie Minogue being Cammy. But I like I said, I like Chun-Li as Ming-Na. She did a great job. But man, Raul Julia, man, he changed that game. Like, he made this exciting for me, because I was like, I don't know if I want to watch Street Fighter just yet, but I love that film. It's cheesy, like you said. It's fast paced, so you're not really noticing too much stuff. I don't like how it was miscast. Well, not miscast, I should say. It's just everybody was in funny roles other than Guile. Guile was the main soldier guy, but everybody else, like DJ was there, and DJ was the tech guy, and that was Joanna Man.
The guy from Joanna Man.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah, that was Joanna Man.
DJ's so funny in that movie to me,
He's
man.
funny. Everybody played their role well. Zangief
was one of my
oh my God, he's the greatest. They made him super dumb. I loved it.
Quick, change the channel.
Change the channel. And then he was like,
"You get paid?"
Yeah.
You get paid. Yeah, dude, I love it when him and E Honda just have that like kaiju smash fight in the on Bison's model of Bisonopolis.
Bisonopolis. We'll put the food court here.
Building is shaped like the Shadowloo logo.
Yeah. The face. Yeah.
He's not a bad guy. I just have a skull with wings as my logo.
The food court needs to be bigger. All the big franchises will want to be in on it.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Another one, Sagat is badass in the movie too.
He is.
I wish you got to see him without a shirt and see the scar or something. I wish there would have been
at the end.
I wish there had been some beef between him and Ryu. There wasn't. There's just, you can run with me. You double cross me.
Yeah.
Wait, there's an after credit scene.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
I've never known there was an
after credit. Reaching his hand up at the end.
Oh man!
Well, I knew he wasn't
dead. One of the earliest post-credit scenes.
Oh man!
Well, like there, Masters of the Universe has a post-credit scene, and I never knew about that one for years.
Yeah, I watched the end of those credits as a kid. Watched it.
It was like the computer screen where, like, Bison's life support system or whatever. It shows it, like, reviving him pretty much, and then like you see his hand push up out of the rubble at the end.
Yeah.
And it's like world domination mode or something like that.
Nice. I used to have about Dawson, by the way. He should have been bald the whole time. I don't know why he was bald at the end. I kind of missed that part.
They completely wasted that character.
He was just gone. He's like, I'm a scientist. Yeah, I got this guy. I'm like,
it just seems like a generic movie plot, like a G.I. Joe type thing or something, some kind of action hero, and they just like plugged in the characters where they could. Like, well, we'll just put Dawson. Dawson, we don't have a place for he'll be the doctor.
Blanca got
Blanca.
Blanca's my favorite.
Blanca was one of my favorites back
then. He is. Yeah, the electrical power, which he really didn't use, like, not really.
No, it was a machine, basically.
Yeah, and it didn't.
At least had him do the role.
Yeah, he was close,
How
but
are they going to do that damn roll, man?
I don't know.
They did
Do it.
Vega's little roll and punch thing.
Yeah.
Vega's kind of spot on in the movie.
Yeah, Vega's
Yeah.
actually probably one of the most accurate ones.
Because he doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk. He wears the mask.
I love his
He
theatrical
claw.
flourishes and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man.
It's so nice. You know what? It was refreshing. This movie was quite refreshing.
Yes, it was.
It's been a while since I watched
a great quarantine movie.
Yeah.
It was fun. It's not too long. It gets right to it. All the characters are pretty fun. I mean, like Cammy, T-Hawk, they're just there.
They're just there.
Balrog is just there.
Just holding on.
You know, and I mean, it's weird. Balrog, so is a disgraced boxer and sumo wrestler, and so they joined the new. Like, did they go to film school? Because, like, most of those guys, I think, have degrees. Yeah,
and they changed Honda from being Japanese to Hawaiian.
Hawaiian, yeah.
A little odd.
They introduced that new character that they never used. He's Japanese. He was the Japanese guy
or something.
Yeah, something like that. Like he just randomly shows up. He's even at the end when they do their like little like when they do the poses, which I love. But he's there. He's just this random like Japanese dude, and he's just there. And it was like, so this movie was mostly financed by Capcom, right? Mm-hmm. So we've heard this story before, and it was Masters of the Universe, basically, where Mattel was funding that. And so Capcom had like approval of everything. And then apparently they said, we want it out by December 94. And that was within a year from the start. And, you know, that's like, we're not going to be able to do this in that amount of time. So this was a very rushed production.
You could tell. It was in parts.
I remember there was a lot of hype for it though, like especially in like amongst the video gaming community. Like I remember Video Game Magazine showing like screenshots of it, and everybody was really excited to see it.
I was so excited. I mean, the first time I watched it, I loved it. I loved
it as a kid too.
I had some problems because Blanca's one of my favorites, and I was like, well, there wasn't a lot of Blanca. You didn't really get to do anything.
You kind of got the Scorpion Sub-Zero treatment.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then Dalsim, like, okay, so why even have the thing where he's going to get splattered with chemicals if it doesn't do anything?
If it doesn't do anything, it doesn't make him stretch. It doesn't do anything.
I guess they were planning on doing a second one since there's that after credit scene.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man,
but at least he had the chains.
Yeah.
You know, and all that jazz.
He didn't have the necklace of skulls though, which is disappointing.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
It would have made sense for that character to be wearing that.
Well, Balrog was like in full costume towards the end. In fact, everybody was getting into
it's like all of a sudden he's like in full costume with boxing gloves.
The boxing gloves. Where did you get those?
That's one of the things I actually like is that they slowly all get into those costumes. Even DJ randomly just loses his jacket and shirt.
Yeah.
Just for no reason. But yeah, I was noticing it when I was rewatching it, and their clothes get tattered as they go. Right.
Yeah.
And Balrog, like he's wearing boxers.
He's wearing boxers.
He's not boxers, but like boxers, like actual boxing. Yeah.
And his boxing gloves. I'm like, where did you get all that? Did you just secretly change? Where did this come from? You got captured.
Here's something that's crazy. So I guess the idea, of course, is that Guile's the main character. You know, I would argue the main character is really Bison. But obviously it's Guile, and they cast the world's most famous Belgian to play an American. To play the American hero.
Yep.
We'll just slap a USA tattoo on him, and he'll be fine, and give him that dye job.
Yeah.
But Van Damme
He got his hair all.
Don't give him the hair though.
He should have at some point done the comb thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He does it at the end, doesn't he? At the end when they do their victory moves, isn't that what he does? Doesn't he do the comb thing? I think he does.
I'm always looking at another character when they're doing that.
That's why you got to pause it.
That's a lot of them.
That's why you got to pause it.
It was good though. Gosh, that was a great movie.
Van Damme did a fine job for what Van Damme is capable of and for what the script provided, I think. So I don't have a problem with Van Damme. It's silly that he's there, and I think he knows it, and I think he's just going ham with it. And I mean, that's what Raul Julia did. Yeah. He's obviously, oh my God. So many great lines. When he's sitting there and he's talking to Chung-Li, he's like, the day that Bison came in and ravaged your village was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday.
Probably he's making himself a drink.
Yeah.
A very frou-frou type drink. Did you notice that? but he's trying to like impress
I know
Chun-Li.
women, my dear.
It's
And you are harmless.
He's trying to like seduce her. He like turns the music on
Yeah.
and dims the lights. He goes behind that little curtain and he comes out in his like
His
rack
ear.
of hats.
jacket, yeah.
I love
That
his rack of
house coat.
hats.
Yes.
He's the most
I have a
screen
different-
accurate.
You never see his head. You never see the top of his head.
You never
Did you
do.
notice that? You never do it.
Was
Because
it
they
what he
cut
was-
away. They cut away when he changed hats. And I was
Did
like,
he have a full head of
that's his
hair
hair.
at that point? Because he was very thin and sickly during that. And like
Probably.
he's wearing like a
it
breastplate.
makes him, to make
Yeah.
him look bigger. Yeah.
And it's him up there on the ropes at the end there when he's doing his little move. What's that? What is that called, Brooks? The
scissor
bison.
kick?
Psycho Crusher.
Oh, Psycho
Psycho
Crusher.
Crusher.
He
Yeah.
sure did do that a lot. That was awesome.
Hey, Green Man gave us some bison bucks. Bison bucks, these aren't worth the paper they're printed on. I love that too,
I
because
will
you
give
always
you
got
all
the
these.
idea, because you guys remember the animated film and the anime series, right?
Yeah.
And that shit was pretty badass. So
It
they
was
always
awesome.
they kind of get the idea that, you know, Bison and Sagat are kind of like Megatron and Starscream if Starscream wasn't a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
Sagat
That's
was
very
pretty
true.
I liked him in this film.
Sagat was good.
I am your new leader.
My favorite moment with all these great lines. and Thank you so much, Green Man. But you didn't see that, did you?
It was the wrong eye and everything.
It was the wrong guy.
He just really wanted to disrespect him.
Yep.
It was great. I mean, you could follow that paper thin story and how the army was just, all right, your superior officer tells you, hey,
Yeah,
we're
like,
going
what
to
was
pay
the
the
point?
ransom.
Like,
We're
what's the
gonna pay
point
the
is
ransom.
this
Give up.
guy with the briefcase coming in like, oh no, you can't do that. Just so like Guile can be like,
Guy's
oh,
like, no.
I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah. Don't you get, isn't it like insubordination? Don't you get like in trouble for like,
Like
I don't
he
know,
doesn't care because
going against superior officers?
he has a personal vendetta against Bison, and that's all he cares about, I guess.
You got Charlie.
They don't really go into that though.
Not at all. My vendetta's better than yours, Chun-Li. It's like
Everybody's
what?
got a damn vendetta in this movie.
Yeah.
Two Gun Pedro, pew pew,
read.
buddy.
Yep. It should have been a tournament style though. I'm sorry. There should
You only
have
get
been like
that-
Bloodsport or
You
it
only
should've been
get
like-
that one time, and that's when Vega is about to fight Ryu.
Yeah, and then
They
the
even-
tank comes in.
They even have the 60-second timer, which
Mhm.
I love. They're on the cage where Vega is, and I'm like getting ready. I remember being a kid being like, "Oh, Vega's about to climb up
That's
on that fence." He's
Then
about to
Van
get
Damme crashes in.
Yep, with the GI Joe tank.
Yeah.
with all the missiles.
And he just
you're
arrests
under arrest.
everybody. He's like, oh, you guys are all arrested. Like, what
You're
are you, the
under arrest.
police now?
You are all under arrest. I love his delivery in this movie.
Van
I think
Damme
it's
is
some of the
great.
best Van Damme delivery ever because they're all
Yeah.
just one-liners. They're all so bad. They're all so cheesy, and he just goes with it, man. He just
He knew-
goes for it.
He knew what my movie he was in. He knew the paycheck was real. So he did it. Just like Raul Julia. They committed. They
I
straight
think-
committed.
I think there's got to be something behind the idea that this was a planned G.I. Joe film that got turned into Street Fighter because
It's gotta be.
it doesn't have the tournament aspect.
Mm-mm.
They got
Not
these
at all.
vendettas, but Guile could easily be Duke.
Mhm.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, and that's Cobra Commander, and dude, Bison's troopers even look like the Cobra troopers,
Yeah, they
just a
do.
little bit, right? Like,
That's
and so
Some guard.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
there's something
They do.
to that, but I also think that maybe they didn't go with the tournament style because Van Damme had already done Bloodsport. But yeah, let's do Bloodsport with powers.
That's it.
You
That's
know,
all you need.
they really downgraded all the power level stuff. E Honda did his there were certain moves that
100
you got to
hand
see.
slap. Yeah.
E Honda did the hand slap.
She did
Um,
the Chun-Li did the leg, but not the lightning leg.
I
She
was
did the
disappointed
other
He
one.
never bounced off of Bison's head.
Yeah.
right. Or Bison, vice versa, didn't bounce off of anybody
Yeah.
else's head too.
He bounced and rolled through the air and then
Scissor kick.
dived
That's
down on
right.
him.
He didn't
Yeah.
do much of anything.
At least we got the
He
Psycho
got the
Crusher.
Psycho Crusher.
At
I
least
wish
we
he'd
got
have
that
said it.
one.
I wish he'd have said it at some point. That would have
Psycho
made it-
Crusher.
been Raul Julia. Psycho Crusher.
And you have a suit that brings you back to life from electrocution. I want that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was nice
Bison
setup.
dollars by you, man.
Mhm.
If they were- Bison dollars will be worth £5.
When I kidnap their queen.
No, your plans are dumb. You can they're banging at your doors now, and you're talking about bison dollars. God,
I love that he tried to pay him in bison dollars.
Yeah,
I love how pissed off Zagat got from that.
Yeah, he's like, this isn't money. Yeah,
should have known better than to trust you. Man,
what was the plot of that story? He kidnapped the hostages for $20 billion.
Yeah.
And Guile had a vendetta because he kidnapped his friend Charlie.
Charlie. Hang in there, Charlie. We're coming for you, Charlie.
Yeah. It was just hanging out, chilling out in the flashback. I like the flashback where you're like, oh, Charlie and Guile are friends.
So cheesy.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that the change of they got Charlie from Carlos. Like I've never heard that before.
Carlos, Charlie. Well, Carlos is
maybe
Spanish
that's the thing.
for
But
Charlie.
I've never
for Charles.
Known any Carlos to go by Charlie.
Well, Carlos is it's Charles.
It's Charles.
Well. But I think at the time they were like, "There's too much ethnicity in this movie. Let's just call him Charlie." Because Guile's American, and it's an American soldier named
There's a character
Charlie.
called Charlie Nash who was Guile's best friend in the games, and he ends up getting captured by Bison's guys and transformed into like a brainwashed assassin type thing.
Yeah, but that's a different reality, man.
That's a completely different thing, and it was that was way after this movie. Like that whole plot line came like way after.
Yeah, that's not even Street Fighter Prime.
Mm-hmm. That's Alpha's storyline.
We've talked about a lot of the characters, and we haven't talked a lot about T-Hawk, but that's because he's just barely there.
This is there.
Yeah, like how line where Guile asked him about his headband. He's like, "Oh, it's a Cherokee thing. It gives you good luck." He's like, "We should have brought 3."
Yeah, I like how he puts he winds up going from full on UN. It's not the UN, it's like the AN or something.
It's AN, the Allied Nations.
It's I love how he goes from that to wearing his tank top and his vest and his headband. Like they all get into their
all together
gear.
slowly towards the end. Everybody is wearing their outfits, and
we haven't talked about two of the most popular Street Fighter characters who a lot of people back in the day, especially me, thought that maybe this should have been more focused on them. Ken and Ryu.
Why?
I don't
missed the opportunity.
I like Ryu in the movie. He's
a con man.
He's not very brooding, right?
No.
Ken is a little bit more brooding, but I hate the guy that got to play Ken. I was like, that's not Ken.
He's a terrible choice. Not only is it a terrible choice, I think they were both miscast, kind of. And at the final battle, at the end, Vega's fighting Ryu, and freaking Sagat's fighting Ken, and Ken kind of does the uppercut.
Shoryuken,
and it doesn't.
It's weak though
at all. And I'm like, y'all mismatched the people. You didn't get that to work right at all. So I mean, I guess because some of these actors don't fight, maybe that's why they wanted to downplay them. Not put them in, not have body doubles or something, which they should have done. I really think they should have done, because I wanted to see more fighting. I mean, the fighting was adequate for what I saw. Van Damme was the best, of course.
Yeah.
But you don't see those characters. I want to see those characters do their moves at least once or twice. I even want to see Zangief do the spin with his hands. To see that. And by the way, you work with Shadow all this time with M. Bison, then just all of a sudden you lift a gate, and now you're not going to jail for kidnapping. Shouldn't you be going to jail for kidnapping and murder and torture and all that fun stuff?
He was so stupid. They were just
we'll let him go.
He's got that innocence of stupidity.
Yeah.
Lovable innocence. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Quick, change the channel. Hell yeah. What's up, Samuel? How are you doing? Frankie, I have read Clock number 1. I thought it was really interesting, but I never read the rest of them. I should get caught up, though. I don't understand this.
Not incorporating the car annihilation was a miss. He's talking about Annihilation, but I have no clue.
Okay. This movie was so bad it was good. Hell yeah, Ancient Man.
Yeah, that's right.
And we've already done Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
That movie review is up on the channel right now. It was still fun watching it. They should have the cast of Street Fighter versus the cast of Mortal Kombat. I would have loved that back in the day.
Oh, and fatalities.
Do you guys remember that? Because Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes that pesky ass Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat just dominated.
It did.
And then the people were at the time, they like jumped off Street Fighter. They're like, Street Fighter's stupid. It's lame. It's last week. So do you remember when they, at the time, I think Mortal Kombat 2 or 3 was out, they did a Street Fighter video game based on the movie that looked worse than Mortal Kombat 1.
That's right. I forgot all about that thing.
The game was terrible.
Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
The game had all the backgrounds.
He's talking about the bonus round where you destroy the car. They should have totally done that.
That's what that is. Okay, that makes sense.
Man,
yeah, I should have put the car in. That's right. But
I love playing Blanca, and he's the best at that, man. Yep, that's all you do.
Electric shock thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Lame. Yep.
All right, so we've chatted about this movie. It's super fun. I love it so much. I had a great time with it. My favorite character and performance in the movie, of course, is Bison. I think everybody will agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Great lines. They had the toys. You guys remember the Street Fighter toys?
Yeah, the G.I. Joe ones. Yeah.
I really want to get some of these Street Fighter toys. They're straight up G.I. Joes.
Oh, those. Yeah, they are G.I. Joes. Repurposed.
Yeah.
They did Chun-Li. I still have that Chun-Li somewhere.
They did the movie ones too.
Yeah.
Yep. There have been a lot of great ones through the age. There you go. Oh, God.
There are a lot.
They look so bad, but
those are the ones. Those are the
reaction ones. Yeah, those are newer.
Those are probably $30 a piece.
Look at those ones.
Wow. There's a lot of Street Fighter toys.
That's hilarious.
Good grief.
Yeah, those are the newer ones. Those are there we go.
Oh.
What's that?
I don't know. There's a child abduction Amber Alert on my phone for some reason.
Okay.
It's not going off on mine yet. I'm sure it will.
I was like, man.
Yeah, I was like, what? Is there a tornado or something?
On top of everything else, I don't need it.
Yeah, I was like, it's not storming tonight. It was a beautiful day. But sometimes those are the days you worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was hurting our ears too. Butters times 2. Yeah, those figures aren't the best. The Storm collectibles ones are really good, but
yeah,
I love those cheesy ones from the 90s, man. I just love them. They're so ridiculous. There's like a tank. I think I got one. I saw an image. Oh man. Yeah, they even say, if you notice, look there, G.I. Joe. Right?
Yep. They're Joes.
And then they had
repurposed Joes.
See right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a G.I. Joe tank. There's the Ryu, which I love these. They're so stupid.
Yeah. They have weapons for no reason. Why do you have weapons when you fight? With your hands.
Yeah, right. Exactly, Frankie. Nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
Nostalgic.
Beautiful stuff, man.
All right. So
I was very impressed.
We do your digs here. So out of 5 possible you digs, Jelani, what do you give Street Fighter from 1994?
I love this film. It really lifted my spirits. I will say I'm gonna give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. It is not Masters of the Universe. It's still not Masters of the Universe. Something about it, I'm just like, it's so close though, so close. But yeah, I can watch it again. I'd encourage other people to watch it just for the hot cheese factor. Raul Julia's last performance, you deserve to watch that. He sells it. He owns every scene he's in. So I would definitely give it a 4.
4 is very respectable, especially for a movie because it seems like I love it because it seems like we're more lenient on bad movies once they've aged, and we just have fun with them.
Yeah,
and that's
not
what the
Mortal
digs
Kombat
are.
though. Not Mortal Kombat.
Armenio 3.5 you digs. Let us know in the chat, guys. How many out of 5 you digs do you give this movie? Jelani gave it 4. Brooks, what do you do?
I'd probably go 3.5 too.
3.5 too.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, but it does have its flaws.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, even despite I can overlook a lot of them, but you know, they are still there. Like the plot's pretty thin in
It's a thin
places.
plot. Yeah.
And it is pretty goofy and silly, but it's still fun. So yeah.
All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna go. First of all, Frankie gives it a 3.85. Very specific. I'm gonna
We
go
don't
4.
do math here.
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 4 with Jelani because which is crazy because 4 is what I gave the first Iron Man film with Robert Downey Jr. Obviously, that's a better film. It's a higher level of 4, but I have so much fun with Street Fighter. I've never not enjoyed this film, and I just love it. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
it uplifted me. It entertained me. I was so cracked out. I just have so much fun with this movie. Whether it's with a group of people, you know, that's always a fun rewatch. And just watching it on my own, like I did the other night, was absolutely. I just had so much fun. I was like quoting it, you know. DJ, one of my favorite moments. You know, we didn't talk too much about DJ. He doesn't have too much to do in it. They just kind of like, well, let's just make this guy DJ.
He's the tech guy.
Yeah.
Let's make him DJ. Yeah.
When he's trying to escape and he's like, I should have never left Microsoft.
He sure did say that.
I love that so much. He's got some great lines. Some great one-liners.
All the one-liners.
So Jelani did 4. Brooks did 3.5. I did 4. That's an average of 3.677934394949.
We don't do math here.
We don't do it. We got our PCP way of doing it. So that's what we thought about Street Fighter. That was a great rewatch. We do have another poll about to launch. In fact, I'll launch it. I think I said the other night I was going to launch it after stream and I didn't. So I'm going to launch it now. This one's more cheesy horror film based. And it's going to be Leprechaun, Van Helsing, Pumpkinhead, Slither, Critters, and Scanners.
I would want Critters.
I think I want Critters, and I wouldn't mind doing Van Helsing, guys.
No, I wouldn't. Sorry. You know I hate Van Helsing.
I know, but you'd have to do it.
I'd have to be forced to watch it, and I don't want to do that. It would just suck.
I think Slither is actually a good film, and so is Scanners. So I don't know if they actually. I don't know if they belong on that list, but maybe one. I'm interested to see what went. I would definitely be down to. I haven't watched Critters in like over 10 or 15 years, probably.
I've seen on those movies is Van Helsing.
That's the only one you've seen?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
What's crazy is the only one that I own.
I may have seen Pumpkinhead actually. Now that I think about it,
the only one I actually own is Van. You watched Pumpkinhead with me, dude. Back when you lived in Hunter's Ridge.
We did watch.
Yeah.
We did watch.
Wow, that was years ago. Jeez,
it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, Goonies would be a great one. I wish Ghoulies was on there. Ghoulies, remember that? Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2 with the little green baby monster coming out of the toilet.
I never watched them, but I heard of Ghoulies.
I love the hell out of that.
Yeah, Puppet Master movies in there.
Oh god.
Yeah, Puppet Master would work.
I remember really liking the first one as a kid, but I rewatched it not too long ago, and I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, they kind of like the sequels kind of turned them more into heroes instead of monsters, kind of.
Yeah, they do.
Kind of got a little ridiculous, but they were still fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's finish off so by the way, join the PCP Army. It's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. That's where this poll will be. It'll be pinned at the top, and you can vote on which one you want us to watch and discuss. And the only one I own is, Van Helsing. Why
do you own Van Helsing?
Because I'm such a universal horror fan.
I know. But you have to let that go, man.
I mean, no, I'll be honest. Just
you know my feelings on that movie, right?
I like owning the Blu-ray just for some of the special features because they do documentaries and little things and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, okay, guys.
I get it.
Goonies would be a good one. Absolutely. Van Helsing is rough. Yeah. What about Man Thing? Oh man.
Yeah.
See, we already got a couple more polls ready, and we usually pick them out in a live stream. So let's do it real quick, y'all. The first 6 movies that I see from this point forward will be on this movie. Not the next movie poll, but the one after that one. Because we got another one after that that's going to be Rocketeer, Pitch Black, Life Force, Memoirs of Invisible Man, Zardoz, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So throw in those comments right now. First 6, Beastmaster.
Okay.
I would
like
totally
Beastmaster.
rewatch Beastmaster.
I like Beastmaster a lot. I like those what were those? The not lemmings. What are they called? Ferrets.
Where I haven't
The
seen
twin
it
ferret.
for so long.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's Don Coscarelli
as the director.
Yeah,
Who?
the guy,
Okay.
Don Coscarelli. He's the guy that did Phantasm. Herminio wants to do Blank Man again, but it was already on one of these polls.
Yeah,
it lost to Street Fighter, actually.
Yay, Street Fighter!
But we got a second. Let's throw Blank Man back on there.
Okay, fine. Blank Man.
4 more spots. The Shadow. That was one that was on a previous poll that lost. Let's add that back in. That one lost to Dark Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Street Fighter lost to
Short
Dark
Circuit
Man too.
2. Really?
Short Circuit. There's Puppet Master. God damn.
There's Puppet Master.
Puppet Master. Short Circuit 2.
Why not 1?
I love how
One
it's
is a
2.
good
All right,
one.
we got one more spot, y'all. Next one. Make it something good. Something good, cheesy, ridiculous. Trimmers.
Trimmer 6. Can we just do Trimmers? Trimmer 6.
Jesus Christ.
That's when they go too far.
I think Beastmaster or the Shadow's going to win that one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really want to see Beastmaster.
Trimmer 6.
That's good.
Jesus. Is there a Trimmer 6? Surely, right?
Yeah.
How
I
many of
think,
those
that's the,
have
I
we?
think that's the last one they've done so far.
That's the dude from Family Ties.
Yeah, he was in those
Yeah,
movies.
he was like he turned into like the main person.
Yeah, because Kevin Bacon was like, no.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's like, no, I'm not doing
But
this.
even Kevin
anymore.
Bacon was going to keep doing those movies.
Yeah.
You know, Justin's a huge fan of that franchise. He's a fucking hell
Like
of a
Critters?
fan.
Oh,
Tremors.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I like Critters.
Yeah.
Critters 2, is that the one where they make the giant ball of critters? That was amazing.
They had new bounty hunters. All the bounty hunters were weird in that first movie. I really want to watch that one again. It's been a really long time.
Let's see. Yeah, there's 7 of them. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, the 7th one's not out yet. It's called Island Pier. They're still making them, y'all.
Trimmer's making that money. Isn't it a TV show? Or it's
Yeah,
about
they
to be
did a TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there's Trimmers,
franchise.
1990. It didn't get its first sequel for 6 years. Tremors 2 Aftershocks in 96. In 2001, we got Back to Perfection. That's part 3. Part 4 is The Legend Begins. Maybe it's a prequel. 2015, we got Bloodlines. 2018 that's number 6. That's A Cold Day in Hell.
Maybe we should watch it.
It came out in May 2018. Yeah, sure. We'll watch it.
It's recent.
We'll see who wins Trimmer 6 and
6.
Short Circuit 2. What the hell? That's so weird. Critters 3, the first appearance of Leo DiCaprio.
Didn't know that.
Growing Pains. Growing Pains was before that, wasn't it?
I thought it was.
Yeah, Leo DiCaprio was in Growing Pains.
He was in Growing Pains. Well, I mean, movie-wise, maybe.
Trimmer's the
Growing
breakfast
Pains
cereal
is
coming soon. We've had Meteor Man on one and it dropped off.
Yeah.
Faculty would have been a good one, but we got our 6 now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Short
We're
Circuit
going to have some
2 is
movies
in
to
there.
watch. So the next one will be popped up soon. So let's finish up the Street Fighter jazz with Street Fighter show and tell. We also have a separate show and tell that we'll be doing afterwards, but y'all, this is the only Street Fighter thing I own. And it's a Blanca Pop.
Oh, and I got something I forgot. I'm gonna go and fetch it right quick.
Go fetch it. Go get it. Fetch it.
Go get it, Brooks.
That's all I have. I want to get some of those G.I. Joe toys. I do.
I have them, but I totally forgot it because they're in storage right now.
Oh man.
I've got a Chun-Li and I've got a Ryu and I've got an M Bison. I got something else. If we have our next live stream, I'll probably throw those in for show and tell if I can find them. But they're with my G.I. Joes. I can walk right to them.
Yeah.
But the Chun-Li has the kick.
Yeah.
And her legs look weird. It's just a weird setup
Because it didn't have the typical G.I. Joe joint.
Yeah. But yeah, I like those figures, man. I
What do
like
you
the
got?
Joes.
What do you got with you right now, Street Fighter wise?
Me? Like I said, I'm a Chun-Li fan. Huge Chun-Li fan. So I only get Chun-Li stuff. This is my Chun-Li that was the Funko version that came out just recently. I love this figure. It is, she's got the kicks and whatnot. Well, she doesn't kick very well, but she kicks pretty decent. But I love this figure. It came with the set with Ryu, Blanca, M. Bison, and I forgot the other figure that came in that wave. But yeah, she's pretty decent. I like it a lot. This is on one of, I had to have this one. The second I saw it, I was like, oh, Chun-Li. Took me forever to find this one. I think I found this like GameStop or something randomly. But this is one. I have a Ryu that's in package, but it's in storage too. And I forgot to get that one. But then my other Chun-Li figure, I only have two, is my Storm Collectibles Chun-Li. I had this is the not $100 one because those are expensive. But I always have her in the kick because I always want her kicking.
It's a good looking figure.
Yeah, I like it a lot. She's got really big, thick legs like she did in the game, and I really like how it stands because she stands on one leg. If I could show you,
wow,
she totally stands on one leg, and I want to get the other Storm. This one is the Storm Collectibles.
Is it the one that had like the different, different has like some different heads and?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the same one that I've got right here.
Yeah, same one. Yep, same one. That's it.
Same one. Look at that.
Same one. We collect the same things, Brooks. Yeah.
Is that what you brought, Brooks? For your
show and tell?
One thing I got. I got another pop of the strongest woman in the world.
That's right.
And I got one more figure of my favorite Street Fighter character. Booyah!
Sakura! I lost my Sakura figure, man. I don't know where mine is. I bought the same one. I don't know where she is.
I want to get some of the old school ones. We had we had a Chun-Li and we had a Ryu, and I never bought them. They didn't have any of their accessories, and I was like, surely these things are easy to find. I don't even know what they cost now.
Storm Collectibles are insane.
No, I'm talking about the G.I. Joe ones, man.
Oh yeah.
Those are the ones I want. Those are the ones I want.
I forgot you want the hot cheese.
I've had some of the Storm Collectibles ones at the Deep, and I'm a Street Fighter fan, but I haven't delved into Street Fighter stuff collecting because I can justify the G.I. Joe ones, and also the X-Men versus Street Fighter figures. I loved those ones. I had them. I wish I still did. I can justify those because they're part of the 90s vintage collection idea, right?
Yeah.
But I can't just, you guys know how much I focus on Power Rangers. I can't just jump into Street Fighter. Some of these Power Ranger shit gets expensive sometimes.
Yeah, man. I'm scared of these G.I. Joes that are about to come out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude. Mike got the Snake Eyes. Holy cow. Yeah. It looks so good. Brooks, I don't know if you're aware, but now Hasbro's going to do a line of G.I. Joes, just like Marvel Legends and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection and the Star Wars Black Series. Like they're all like in that wave, in that vein. And those are going to be fire. I saw the Snake Eyes and like it is.
He's clean. I really wish it came with timber though. That's my only kink.
Yeah.
If it had a timber, I would be sold. Oh, I'm still sold.
You're sold.
I know I'm sold.
And their recent Transformers figures have been really good too. Hasbro's leveled up, I think. And these are some of the best Power Ranger like action figures ever as far as the figures go. They're amazing. I got a bunch of them behind me that have been opening them up because the Shadow Ranger I opened up last night, dude. And look at this. He gets this badass like fencing pose and everything.
Oh, cool.
Oh my God, dude. It's so good.
Is that the one with the dog head too?
Yeah. The dog head looks really dumb on him, but in the show it looked really dumb too, but that's the dog head right there.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks really dumb on him because it's too big.
Yeah. Oversized for the mask.
But I've been impressed as hell with those.
That's good.
And the Cammy figure. Cammy figure, yeah.
I like Cammy.
Yeah, that Snake Eyes one is sick. It is so good.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great line of figures. And then for the people that cross collect, and like, for instance, like Brooks could bring over some of his Star Wars black figures. You can bring over y'all can bring over some Marvel Legends. I got my Power Rangers. We can get some G.I. Joe ones and some Transformers.
Yeah.
We can just have a battle, man.
Just
like
a
old
battle
school.
royale.
Like we're 10 years old, man.
Yep. An 86.
Action figure Smash Brothers.
That's right. I've got my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now. The NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, man.
I have the whole set now. Almost pretty. I have the second versions of the Leonardo and the Raphael, but I have the first versions of Michelangelo and Donatello, and they are so clean. But it's still the Turtles. I got all four, and I got Bebop and Rocksteady, the 2 foot I got Foot Soldiers and Shredder, the main one I wanted from all of them. I was like, I got to get that Shredder. It is Cartoon Shredder. My life has changed.
I was always disappointed they never did that figure of Shredder. They never did maybe they did one later
the
on.
One was always hunched over with no shirt on.
Yeah, no shirt on and too many muscles.
That's why the Super Shredder was better.
Yeah, Super Shredder was better because he had all the little Shredder things. He's a little bulkier, and yeah, he looked good.
Did they not do an animated Shredder like later on in a later series?
I think so. I mean, they have a new series. They have them
on the Playmates line. I don't think they did.
No, I don't think so because I can't find anything. I just find Super Shredder and the Morphin Shredder. Oh man, do you guys have you seen the movie Shredder figure that they've done?
Yeah, I own it.
You have that?
I have. Yeah, I'll show it to you now. Sit tight.
Yeah, please do.
I have all of the movie Turtles.
Did anybody get a hold of the movie He-Man or Skeletor yet?
Not yet.
Have
I'm getting
released?
them.
Have they released yet?
They're in Big Bag Toy Store. You can get them from Big Bag Toy Store.
I gotta get a Franklin Jella Skeletor.
Yeah, he's got. Then not only they have those, they have the gold one too. When he's in the gold outfit. Oh,
yeah,
I'm getting both.
Yeah, I don't like that one, but
I love them both.
Yeah, they have both of those. They have the He-Man and they have the little wizard dude. What's his name?
Gwildor
or something like that.
Yeah. Hold on.
When he gets back, Brooks, I'm going to go take a whiz and let you guys just chat with the chat room or whatever. So go ahead and get some questions in. This is your chance to ask Brooks and Jelani a question. They don't do as many live streams. But from this point forward, we're just going to be hanging out, chatting, talking about toys, comics,
pretty much
all that stuff. So throw in some questions. We'll answer them. Whatever you want to talk about. We love talking about toys, cartoons, comic books, movies, television, shows, pop culture. You guys know what we do.
Yeah, we do this stuff, man. That's my Shredder.
Oh my God.
He's so clean.
Look at that.
Cape, and the cape's got like wire in the sides. And he's just so clean. Oh, he comes with the spear. He came with like different hands. This was the GameStop exclusive one from NECA. And now they came out with like an SDCC exclusive where it came out with like a Shredder and 2 or 3 foot soldiers, something like that. But it was like $1 million. I was like, no, I'll wait till these come out. And
is the mask removable?
The mask is removable. Let me take it off. And he still has the face scar. You can see it.
Nice.
But he is pretty clean.
Put the Ninja Turtles movie on the polls.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's so clean. And then I also have Raphael. I have all 4 of the turtles, but this is my favorite.
Those look nice.
Yeah, they're real. I mean, NECA does a great job with these.
Show that Raphael again.
That's a Raphael. He's pretty. He's got the size. He's not in the pose I want, but hey. But I like his face. I really want him with the trench coat and the hat like he did in the first movie. Oh, yeah.
Where did they come up with this stuff?
Yeah.
We haven't done a Turtles review yet. We need
haven't.
to.
Yeah,
I'd review all 4 of them damn films.
Mm-hmm.
The first 3 live action ones, the animated one.
I didn't watch the third one. I saw the first one, the second one.
It's not good, but you got to watch it.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
I'm gonna go take a whiz. You guys just talk to the chat, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. And like I told everybody, Jelani, I mean, if you guys are cool for go a little bit longer, I am.
Yeah, I'm cool. You know, I got toilet water to clean up, but I don't really care right now.
I've got a party to get to.
Oh, shut up.
You're just
This
gonna
is,
cough.
this is the closest you're getting to a party this year, Brooks.
Woo!
I'll be right back, y'all.
All right, man.
Boy. I'm glad to be rid of that guy, right?
Yeah, screw that guy.
You know, I'm still here listening to you right now, asshole.
What? I mean,
So, what good books you been reading? Did you finish all of your books before they ran out?
yep.
Okay.
I can't recall what all it was. I mean, I have a stack of them sitting over on top of my long box, but
Okay. I finally
I
finished mine.
I never remember like what I've read from week to week, just about hardly.
Really?
Unless like I'm reminded, like unless somebody like mentions like, oh, did you read the new issue of? I was like, oh yeah, I did read that.
Yeah.
But,
you must be reminded.
I'm always forgetting. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same problem. But all right, we can look at these. Like I said, I don't know how to do Robbie's thing where he puts things on the screen, but I was looking at the lovely Butters times 2, and I didn't know you had your neck shredder is very dirty, and it actually talks dirty to you. All right, buddy, I'm glad he does that. Mine does too, but I don't know. I have 2 shredders. I have 3 shredders. A lot of shredders, but they're always fun. But other than that, what other have you been getting any other figures, Brooks?
No, I've kind of fallen off on the figures since I finished up those Masters of the Universe, the Super Sevens, and that Cosmic Ghost Rider was the last figure I bought so far. And considering I'm not going to be at the comic shop, checking out the figures, it might be the last one I get for a while.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is crazy times, man. I got one more to share. While Robbie's not here, why not? This is my Reveltech Spider-Gwen. I got a Spider-Gwen a while back. She's one of the earlier models of the Reveltech, but this time I bought a head from eBay, the Noda head, and it looks just like Gwen Stacy. And we'll be able to like go forward soon, but I'll show it a little later. But this head looks just like the one from the movie, the half-shaved hair and everything. Yeah, they into the Spider-Verse, they nailed it. I was like, oh my god. But it was very, very nice. And I'm very happy for this one. Put this one up, man. This is my Gwen Stacy Reveltech. I want to share this one.
You're already getting into show and tell, man.
We already did show and tell. We're doing show and tell.
Show and tell. No, that's fine. That's fine.
This is my. Well, I was showing my Gwen Stacy head off. Let me see if I can get her closer. But look at that head. They did a great job, and it cost a fortune, of course. But it was worth it for my Reveltech figure. I liked the head that came with it. I'm talking about the original Ghost Spider face. But that coming out, I was like, oh, I gotta get it. I'm on this kick of like making my figures look better.
This party's been pretty live, Easy Reader says.
Thank you, Easy Reader.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that sarcasm?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty sarcasm.
I did not read Cat Shit #1. I know some people that did though. So what you guys been up to? Yeah. Aside from Street Fighter, you been watching anything, reading anything? I'm like 23 issues into Spawn right now, and loving the hell out of it.
Of course, I've noticed you've been reading a lot of Spawn. I'm really concerned for you, but it's okay. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna get through this together.
I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving it so far.
So Finley's like, is Finley like giving you tips because he owns every copy of Spawn? No. All right.
I've given Finley enough shit over the years. But no, I am enjoying it. Now I know it's going to have its ups and downs. It's already had some issue. There's like these 2 issues with like Houdini or something. They were really bad. I think that was like 18 and 19 or something. But like Morrison did 3 issues of it. Those are the first Greg Capullo issues, and they're actually really good. the Neil Gaiman issue that introduces Angela's exceptional. The Alan Moore one's exceptional. But, you know, all I did, and this, I was explaining this last night on the live stream, was that it just adds a big difference, because I've always read Spawn looking for what I didn't like about it. But now I'm going to read it looking for what I do like about it. Because, you know, remember last week when we did the Spawn review, I said, I'm a fan now.
Yeah.
Of Spawn.
It changed your life.
And so reading it with the idea that Spawn is good, as Butters times 2 says, is a whole new experience. And I'm like, I'm rediscovering Spawn for the first time. And I'm having fun with it. And I'll eat everything I said. I mean, I can't take back, you know, all the terrible things I've said about Spawn and Todd McFarlane for 25 years, but you know, I'm into it now. So that's all that matters. I mean, I'm going to be obnoxious about it, dude. I mean, you got that Spawn 3. I want a Spawn 3. I want a Spawn 1 action figure. We got a Violator at work I'm buying tomorrow.
Got a Spawn 1. Yeah.
God, man. See? Now you got to get the variant with the
mask, no face.
The unmasked one.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I'm at the point now where he's got his face stitched together. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When he got
when he got his axe in the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got like the shoelaces in between his face. Yeah.
Hey, easy reader. That's right. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up button, y'all.
That's right. Like, subscribe. Join us. We do stuff. And Robbie talks comics. That's right. We all talk comics.
Got a new cereal I haven't tried yet. The Hershey Kisses cereal right there.
Really?
Yeah, look at that. I hope it's good.
Sounds delicious.
You know, it's basically, it seems like it's going to be a Cocoa Puffs type cereal, you know, and Cocoa Puffs is a tough bar to cross for that type of chocolate cereal.
Right.
Cocoa Puffs is in no way the best chocolate cereal, but for those
Cocoa Puffs.
What did I say?
I said Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, Cocoa Puffs.
You said, yeah, Cocoa Puffs are the best.
What did I say?
I thought you said Rice Krispies.
Did I say Rice Krispies? I don't like Cocoa Krispies. I like, but I think first of all that's different because it's a rice cereal. Cocoa Puffs is a corn cereal, so corn ball. You know.
Excuse me, cereal aficionado. My bad.
Out of.
Actually, it's right.
Well, the corn cereal is not as good as the other cereals. You know what I'm saying? Like corn's not as good as oats, for instance. Like you notice how Count Chocula doesn't taste near as good as it used to.
Right.
That's because they switched the formula. It's no longer oats, and that's why, like the closest you could actually get to Count Chocula now is if you had chocolate Cheerios with marshmallows and maybe a little bit of chocolate syrup to make it a little bit more punchy with the chocolate. But Cocoa Pebbles for the win. Yeah. I think the best chocolate cereal on the market right now is is Chocolate Toast Crunch. Chocolate Toast Crunch is the realest cereal. Oh my God. It's so damn good. Frankie, you're right. The strawberry shortcake Captain Crunch is really good. You can find it in a bag. So look at the bagged cereals. You won't find it in a box yet, but that cereal's really good too. Of course, most Captain Crunches are good.
Your mic's going in and out. Something's going on.
Mine is?
Yeah, it cuts in and out for some reason. It's like
yours is doing it too.
Oh, it's all of us then.
Brooks, say
probably
something.
Not Brooks because he didn't have a mic.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm not having any problems that I can tell.
Can you hear both of us fine?
Yeah.
Then it's all on your end, Jelani.
Okay, fine. All I hear is and then, like your screen freezes, and then I'm like, "Why is your screen freezing?"
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
I'm not seeing that. Brooks,
mine's turning out.
Brooks, are you seeing any of this?
No, well, it's not doing it now. I'll tell you when it happens, but it's happened like 4 or 5 times.
I think it's on your end, buddy.
All right, fine.
Your computer's haunted. You gotta burn it.
Oh, why not? But yeah,
are you guys seeing this Butters, guys? All these comments that he keeps throwing out there. Do you see that?
Thank you, Butters. keep doing that junk, man.
Ridiculous. That's awesome.
Who is very mean?
Who's what?
He's very mean. Very mean. That's Butters. ×2. Unless they're newer comments. One of his comments was he was mean.
The pizza is good. Actually, I'm covering my chest in chocolate peanut crunch. It's messy. I wonder if they're just trying to get me to say these out loud. Either way, they're slightly amusing to me. Shredder. Oh, Shredder's mean. Shredder's mean. Jelani and Brooks do not have their own YouTube channels. They are part of the Pop Culture Philosophers Excitable PCP crew. You'll find them on all of our movie reviews, and you'll hear them on podcasts and on these live streams that we're doing. And I've been having fun doing these live streams with you guys.
Yeah, this has been awesome.
It's really cool.
In my day of working from home and walking to the refrigerator.
I work from home today too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into the shop tomorrow to do some inventory work. So,
okay. Make sure you're social distancing.
Well, we can't let the public in by law. So,
right.
I'm sure we'll get a shelter in place soon, but Alabama always wants to be last.
Yep. And at least, hey, Mississippi's before us in this time.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of saddening me.
Mississippi, Pizarro, Alabama.
Florida,
everyone around us.
And Georgia. Not Tennessee, though, right? Not Tennessee.
Was first.
Tennessee
was before all of these states. Yeah.
I didn't know they had done it yet.
Florida was yesterday. Florida just did theirs yesterday. Mississippi did theirs, I think, 2 days ago, something like that. I was like, wow, they're ahead of Alabama. That's scary. Because our motto is, at least we're not Mississippi.
Yeah.
And apparently we are.
Yeah, we are.
So here we are.
I got something I want to show off real quick. I opened this the other night.
Oh, that's cool. And it's better looking than the one at Target. That's the huge one.
Yeah. And I got the one where he's in the trench coat, but I haven't opened that one yet. This is the first FF pop I've opened, but
he's just an ugly monster.
Yeah, the Marvel ones are bobbleheads, right?
And Star Wars.
Marvel
and Star Wars. It has something to do with licensing because technically this could be called a figure, but this is a bobblehead. Did you get it?
Okay.
So that's how Funko can do the licensing. And those are if you notice, it's on the Disney-owned properties.
Yeah.
Star Wars and
Marvel.
And the Disney ones,
and
right?
A lot of Disney stuff. Yeah. I'm sure they're bobbleheads.
Well, no, not all of them, because like the
Mickey
Maleficent, all we have are the Maleficent ones, and none of them are bobbleheads.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess her head would not bobble. I don't know. She's just evil. Or misunderstood evil.
TMT movie reviews coming soon. Yeah, we'll do it.
Gotta get them. We gotta do them. It is true. I really want to rewatch.
What's up, Brian?
Watch them.
Brian says Florida technically goes in at midnight tonight.
Okay. Well, at least they're putting it in place. At least they don't have people running around their beaches right now.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
There's some and if you look at Alabama's numbers, man, in a week we've doubled confirmed cases, and you know there's more because the CEO of Huntsville Hospital, which is the busiest hospital in Alabama, he was on Anderson Cooper the other night talking about how they didn't have any tests left and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if they run out of tests, this is what's going to happen down here. If they run out of tests, then the numbers are going to kind of flatten. They're going to be like, we got this, Nick. We got it beat. Everybody go back out to work.
Yes. Yeah, keep breathing. Breathing this beautiful corona air.
That's why we were late to the game, man. We're starting to get data now on if social distancing is working, and it's showing that it is. You've seen those maps and charts pop up there.
Yeah.
And the people that
the cases are increasing.
Yeah, the areas that were the latest to react to all this stuff, which is the South.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst of it, So it's a real thing.
See, you cut out. You just cut out just now.
Did you hear me cut out, Brooks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's on you, Jelani.
Must be.
And you're late. It is showing you late. It's
Brooks,
just you.
Brooks, am I late? Can you?
Now you're not.
No,
now you're not.
I think you got some issues, Jelani.
I mean, I have issues, but not with my computer.
You also, I don't know if Brooks hears this, but I hear you go like super robotic at times, like Megatron. Do you hear that, Brooks? Where he's like,
"Oh, it's lag. We have like wicked lag." Yeah.
That's you. You need to change your internet service provider, man.
I have Comcast.
Jelani has fallen. I am your new leader.
Lies, lies.
Brooks, what's the last comic book you read?
Last comic book I read. Jeez. I think it may have been the last, was it Spider-Man?
Oh, you tell me, the one with the little monster creature?
Yeah, did Amazing Spider-Man, did that come out last time? 'Cause I think that was the last one I read on my stack.
I think so. It was the one about the little monster.
Yeah, the
Gore or whatever.
Yeah, that keeps popping up, and Mr. Fantastic sent him back to his home world, and then like the kid that he's I think that was the last issue I read.
What was the last one you read, Jelani?
Hellions, number 1.
Did you like it?
I did. I liked Hellions a lot. I'm gonna hate not having number 2 for a while. I also read X-Men. I loved the X-Men this last issue with all the Brood.
Yeah.
That was so clean. I mean, you're right about that story.
King Brew.
Yeah, I hate it.
Brew.
No, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm loving it. X-Men just keeps getting stronger to me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the main title.
Like, oh, sorry, I just ate.
Yeah. My bad. So, like in the white page, it was saying that like the Brew will have this for like 10 to 12 weeks or something like that. I do have toilet water sickness. How did you know? Oh yeah, I told you.
Brian read Sweetheart #1 from Action Lab. Brian, what'd you think about it? I liked that one. I thought it was good.
Is it about the candy?
No, it's about this. So there's in this world there are these creatures that at some point in your life they can tag you and they're going to kill you and eat you, right? But the thing is they're now attached to you. So this world has managed to. So they'll come and they'll eat you, right? But the world has managed to kind of deal with the situation because they have these tonics that people can drink that keep the monsters away, but they're always there, right? So it's about this dude. This dude gets tagged by one when he's a kid. He has to live his whole life drinking this tonic like every so often. The monster's always there. Sometimes it appears in his room. Sometimes he can see it out of his window. Sometimes he can see it off in the distance, but it's always near him. It's got its scent. It's latched onto him. It's like a soul bond to eat him, right? And he has to live his whole life. And then maybe one day this dude, forgets to drink the tonic or something like that. But it gets a little crazy and it's really, really fun. And it's an interesting concept. It's creepy, and it's almost like it's kind of like an analogy to something like, like if you have an illness or if you have like some kind of problem, like, I don't know, like alcoholism or a gambling addiction or sex addiction, you get a monkey in your back and you just do what you can to kind of keep it at bay, but the threat's never gone. So I think it's kind of always analogous to that. So I liked it because of that. And it had some really cool artwork because it was gritty and dark and murky and stylized and really kind of worked for the tone of the book.
Okay.
But yeah, Hellions was great.
Thank you, sir.
I'm about to open up an X-Men figure and it was one of the most widely requested X-Men action figures. It's one of the most widely sought out ones. It's probably one of the most rare and expensive ones.
And you're going to open it?
I'm just kidding. It's
it's Kylun. He
was in X-Force for the most part, right?
No. I remember nothing about him.
Not I think Excalibur. Wasn't he mostly in Excalibur?
Sure. Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
He had the mutant power to like mimic sound.
Get out of here.
With your weak powers.
Don't even know anything about Kylun.
Let's let Brooks talk because Brooks is the X fan. Like we're all X fans.
Go ahead, X-Man. Brooks is the X-Man.
This dude, Brooks, he can mimic sounds, right?
Yeah, he was like some kind of alien super hunter or something. Like I remember I had like one random issue of Excalibur that had him in it. But yeah, he was like his thing was like he was like some kind of hunter and like swordsman, kind of warrior, noble warrior type,
Yeah.
He was the Alan Davis art. That's right.
I remember when this figure came out and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I remember Ken. You remember Ken, right?
Yeah.
From Georgia Step Down. So I remember one time in the 90s being like, this dude's stupid because he can just mimic sounds. What's dumb? And he's like, no, it's not. Imagine you're fighting a guy, a jet plane roars overhead. You mimic the sound to him. Is that going to incapacitate him? I'm like, you're right. You're right.
Throws him off.
So we're going to open this. I remember liking this figure though, because he's got 2 swords and he's got sheaths on his back to put the swords in, which is always a bonus to me.
It's a good thing. Yeah. So you got to have storage.
This still has a $6.99 tag on it, if you notice, and it's
from KB.
I can't see where it's from, but then it's been 3 for $10.
Oh yeah, that's KB. KB did 3 for 10.
Oh my goodness, guys! First of all, what action card? What card do I got? Oh, that's a nice one. It's from the Fleer Ultra line.
It is a Wolverine and Spider-Man. Those are nice. Yeah, shiny. Those are definitely the later cards.
Yeah, these are mid-90s.
Yeah.
Fleer. There we go.
Shiny.
Yeah, Wolverine's greatest battles. The Spider-Man X-Men, or the Wolverine Spider-Man one-shot was one of my favorites. So I also got this sweet-ass offer to get a T-shirt.
You didn't miss the date like you did for Spawn Jacket.
Yeah, probably. I totally get that Iron Man in that thing.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
So let's open this baby up. Still slashes with one arm. Oh, the other arm moves. There we go. There we go. Let's put these.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool figure. It's not a popular character. I'm really surprised they did it. You guys agree that there were some characters that they did in this X-Men toy line, and you're like, well, you haven't done this character. Why'd you do this one?
Who's the dude with the ponytail, the white ponytail and the mini arms? He was bald, but he had the ponytail. Who was that?
Forearm?
Forearm wasn't bald.
No, he had a ponytail. Or was it Gideon?
I think you got Forearm and Gideon kind of merged into one.
Yeah, it's Gideon. I think. But yeah, I was like, why did you make that?
Look at that.
He is cool. And the swords are long enough. I like that.
He's got sheaths on his back.
Yeah.
So you can
storage.
And I love shit like this, man. Now I can't get the damn sword out. Oh my god, it's really stuck in there.
There we go. Forever.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I love shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yep, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Glad I opened it.
Kylan's now everybody's favorite X-Man.
He should be, right? He should be.
I liked him.
All right, Kylan, kind of cool.
See? Yeah. He wasn't terrible.
What's up, Mikey? Good to see you, buddy. Sorry I'm late. I was rocking in my house to Oingo Boingo. Well, that's always a valid excuse.
That's right.
It's a dead man's party.
Everybody's coming, leave your bodies up. Copyright infringement strike.
We're all over each other, like all off different tempos. Oh, Lordy me. Anybody else have another figure they want to show off? I got like I said, I got more to open.
I got a bag of
conversation
heads.
Going.
Why not? I have a bag of heads that I'm taking off of other. Well, I've taken them off of other figures.
You and head tonight, man. What is?
Yeah, all about some head. All about it.
Believe it or not, I got random heads laying around too.
Yeah.
Look at that. Dog head.
Wow.
That was the wrong way to. Yeah. This is the Red Buster head, or the from Beast Morphers. That figure right there, with this head, is one of the coolest Power Ranger figures ever. Like with this head in particular, it just looks so good. I don't know about this kid though. He looks a little too pretty boy to me.
One of those heads is a good Iceman head. I forgot. I can't remember the name of the Power Rangers, but there's a villain Power Ranger that has a blonde head that can either be used as Iceman's head, or it can be used as what's his name? Human Torch's head.
I think you're talking about Blaze.
Is it Blaze?
Hold on a second.
He's blonde. He's blonde-ish. Are you going to find him? I knew it. But yeah, I got a whole bag of heads. I'm just playing now with them. I've got like nonsense in here. I've got an Anakin Skywalker head for no reason. Yeah, Anakin. Sorry, I'm that bored of my heads.
How about that one, Jelani?
Yes, that guy. He can be used for Johnny Storm, or he can be used for Iceman. I need to get that figure. I need that figure.
I think we got it.
Yes, I must have it. Just for the head.
All this head talk tonight.
All this head talk, man. I got a few. I'm not gonna pull them all out, but yeah, they're here.
Cool.
In a Ziploc bag. Yeah, I've been playing around with my figures. I've got so many in my house. I need to really
remember that one?
Gorgon.
Gorgon. Oh wow. He's not even.
I can feel the tremors all the way here.
Well, what's crazy is that he actually is supposed to stomp, and this one kicks.
This one kicks. Yeah, it's really weird.
Isn't that the same action that feature at Gambit had?
Yeah.
Yeah. That first Gambit one with the plastic jacket.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I still have that one. Yeah, he's somewhere in the house.
It's like, what is Gambit known for? He kicks things, right? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
And he says share a lot and mon petite.
That figure was in the X-Men Series 2 wave.
Yep.
Which is the next one I'm actually opening up. Not a Gambit, but from that wave.
Iceman! I like that figure.
This is the first Iceman too.
Mm-hmm. With the
you
slide.
remember
Iceman 2 was better, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the one where he could put the different hands on him.
Yeah.
But okay, so you remember though that this one is the one that you put in the freezer.
Changes color.
Yeah, and he changes color because
he gets the icicles. Yeah, it's icicles.
Yeah.
But they stopped doing this. I guess it was too expensive because they also had a problem with the Invisible Woman that came out. Remember that was supposed to change colors and go clear. So they repackaged him as a blue one, if you remember, and he didn't have that feature. But the cool thing is you're actually supposed to put water in that ice slide right there, and then you can pop him out and he's on the literal ice slide. So this figure I've had for a while, and it's actually already kind of popped open. But I have never had the clear Iceman figure. I always had the blue one. So I've never had the clear one. So now I'm going to open it up. It's got a Psylocke card.
Open it.
The Psylocke card is one that I get a lot in these things. Jim Lee Psylocke.
Jim Lee. Yeah.
No, that's Series 2. I think that's Adam or Andy. I think it's Andy.
Kubert,
Andy
okay.
Kubert.
Andy. Yeah. Iceman.
Yep, and his ice slide. I can't. You know, as soon as the stream's over, I'm putting this thing in the freezer, seeing what happens. Yeah.
I like that figure a lot.
I do too.
I still have it somewhere. Yeah.
Look how creepy those eyes
He
look.
didn't need eyes. He didn't need eyes like that.
That
make
looks
the
really
eyes
creepy.
white. Yep. I still need from a Marvel Legends. I need another Iceman and I need a Firestar so I can have my amazing friends. Because they're so clean. And we still need a Firestar figure, just in the Toy Biz version.
Well, if that'd be cool. If since Marvel Legends did a Night Thrasher, since they did Night Thrasher, I want Firestar, I want
Warriors.
Justice, I want Speedball, Rage.
Yeah.
So Laney has a whole basket full of heads.
Yes, I do. I have way more than that.
I put ice cream in my freezer as well. Isn't that weird? I don't have a random figure anymore. I want to get one though. Do you remember the random Toy Biz X-Men figure?
Yeah. I have all of them. Randomly.
Brooks, you got anything else you want to show off?
No,
You're getting more toys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have like some of the older Street Fighter, like the Street Fighter X-Men ones, but that would require some digging to get to those. So,
well, get to it.
Maybe I'll dig them up at some other time.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Show them off.
All right, I got another one I want to open up.
Oh, Mole Man, another Marvel Legend I need to make. Yes.
And what's really cool is that I already have one of these dudes, so I'll have two
More
to go.
people.
Yep. I had this one when in the 90s. He's gonna have a spinning arm action. That's actually really cool. You wind it up and he like spins his staff in his arm. You guys know I love my Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah. That you do.
All right. So yeah, now I got two little moloids. Two's always better than one.
I can't tell the difference between the two.
But that's the whole point. So there's the Mole Man figure. Good likeness.
Yep.
Not very posable. But he's a Mole Man. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
He doesn't have the most exciting costume. He's kind of got a basic-ass costume, doesn't he, when you think about it?
He's pretty basic himself. Wasn't he the first Fantastic Four villain?
He was.
Yes.
He's from issue number 1. So we're going to spin it. I love this action feature. You spin it up.
Oh,
right?
That's pretty cool.
What I love about
he's the Fantastic Four in that first issue.
What I love about the Mole Man is if you read those early issues, and I know Brooks has, the Mole Man's actually agile. It can like bounce around and like fight a little bit. Isn't that weird, Brooks?
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a really good fighter, actually.
Yeah, it's weird.
Freaking
Yep,
Mole
got my Mole Man.
Got the physique of the penguin.
Yeah, basically the penguin of the Fantastic Four in a way.
Yeah.
Always wanting to take he's always wanting to sink cities under the ground.
It seems
Someone
like
just asked if anybody had that Fantastic Four line, the Galactus. I have the Galactus from the Fantastic Four line. I've shown it off a few times. It's right over there. It did not come with a surfer with a little orb. That's the one that's the exact same figure, but they repackaged it with some more shiny bits to it for the Silver Surfer action figure line when they did that Silver Surfer movie or TV series, the animated series.
Yeah.
With the CG animation and all that.
Yeah. I remember that.
So it was the same Galactus. It just had some more more metallic look to it, but it was the same thing pretty much.
I'm sure
it did come with a little Silver Surfer. But I do have this one, which came with the Silver Surfer. So let's see what Galactus has to say about it.
Okay.
Okay.
I will tremble.
We respect Galactus.
And take him to school.
Now I know the universe because Galactus ate me.
I got one more I want to open up, y'all.
All right.
I've been so when I got these Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or the Power Ranger Lightning collection, I only opened up the Mighty Morphin one, right? And I've recently been opening up some of the other ones, like there they are. I got, Psycho Ranger right there. And I mean, I've been getting every single one that's come out. But I've been so impressed with some of the other Rangers because when I opened up the Mighty Morphin ones, I inevitably compare them to my figure arts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the figure arts are ultra posable, very textured and detailed. But as I've been opening up some of these other ones, I'm so impressed. I'll be honest. This figure right here, I have the figure arts of it from Japan. This is better than the figure arts.
Really?
It blew me away.
What? Hasbro's into that detail big time.
Yeah, so I've opened up red and blue. And now everybody knows that I do have the villain Blaze.
Yep.
Which is Enter in the Japanese show. And that's the one I'm familiar with.
I gotta get him.
So I'm going to open up Beetle Buster, but they call him the Gold Ranger, obviously. To me, he's Beetle Buster. But we're going to open him up. It's from that same line, that same show. This is what I do on my live streams, y'all. I don't know if Brooks and Jelani's ever watched it. I'll just open figures at the end.
That's fine.
Y'all eating dinner yet? I know Jelani hasn't.
I did.
No, I haven't.
Mexican. Burrito from Guadalajara.
Ah,
They're still doing the curbside for now. So
yeah. I think that's going to keep going for a while. We're going to have pizza tonight.
Oh, lucky you. I'm having chicken stir fry. Once I clean up all this toilet water.
The other night. I lent her my Nintendo Wii so she'd have something to do.
Did you hear that they're going to do? There's some kind of. There's always a Mario anniversary somewhere, but they're re-releasing some of the classic Mario stuff for Switch. Did you hear about that, Brooks?
No, I haven't heard anything about that actually. Yeah. I've been playing my Switch a good bit more these days. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch lately. Like, you ever heard of that game?
I've heard of that name.
I have all the Overwatch figures.
It's a really fun concept. Yeah, I've had a few of the Overwatch figures.
Yeah.
Why do you have the Overwatch figures?
Because I like the Hasbro designs. I like them a lot. I got the Reinhardt. I have Diva. I've got
Diva. I haven't seen
the Mercy as the Farah. I'll show them to you.
Yeah, I have the Farah and Mercy double pack.
Yeah, Farah and Mercy. I have the big girl with the gun. I don't know her name. And I have Tracer, of course. But I have a few of them. But I have two Farahs because I have the blue one and the one that came in a 4-pack with Diva. And but they're good. And Genji. Nice. Very nice. Very gold.
See the detail on it, man?
Yeah.
All the
they are better
fabric
than figure arts in some ways. And they won't fall apart. Figure arts has a tendency of doing that.
Well, I don't play with mine, so they seem pretty good. But they are fragile. And these are definitely sturdier.
Yeah. It's harder plastic, too. Very nice.
Yeah, I love them.
Very nice.
I love them.
Yay. Well, which one is he from again?
He's from Go Busters, which in America is called Beast Morphers.
Okay.
So he's from the same show that one is.
Mm-hmm.
And that one.
Okay. They look cool.
And that villain that has the Johnny Storm head.
I need that Johnny Storm head. So what are you gonna do with that head? But you're not gonna use it.
I mean, yeah, I am. But I'll sell you a Blaze figure. I think we have them at the Deep.
Yeah, I'll get one.
So have you played the Overwatch game, Jelani?
Not at all. Not
so once. You just like the designs on the toys.
It's like a shooter. I like the toys. Okay. And they're Hasbro. Hasbro is like killing it.
It's a cool concept because it's like a set in kind of a futuristic world where like it was like a kind of a super group of superheroes. It's not just heroes, but like explorers and scientists, and
right?
All these other kind of super guys that were kind of came together. But something happened and the group had to break up, and like now they're getting back together because there's like some kind of evil plot going down.
Yeah, basically Overwatch. Yeah, and that's why you have so many characters. You have so many. It
kind of makes me think of like Youngblood if it was
that's cool.
If it was good.
Yeah. That's correct. Thanks, Liefeld.
Youngblood, if it was good.
Yeah.
I did buy Youngblood comics. Probably Youngblood #1.
These are probably the best ones they've done too for the line.
Yeah.
The Psycho Rangers look amazing.
Yeah. Oh, those are cool.
That's cool.
They did a good job, man.
Yeah, they did. I got the blue one too.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those were exclusives. Like, well, the red one came in a 2-pack with that's Lost Galaxy, I think. I call them the Charlie Brown Rangers.
Galaxy. Mm-hmm.
And the blue one was a GameStop exclusive. They've had a couple exclusives because they have the Black Ranger with the Dragon Shield, so I got that one.
Yeah.
And
what's his name?
Goldar. Yeah. That Goldar is great.
Oh,
I knew somebody was going to come in with that Youngblood defense.
I just got a cool Youngblood promo poster. Hell yeah. I don't have a Youngblood #1. I need to find one.
You're gonna have to do some searching for that one, bud.
Jelani is right. Hasbro has the best figures.
They do. They do the face print technology for the Black Series and those MCU figures.
Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super figure. Well, the Dragon Ball Supers are. I don't think that's not Hasbro.
Hasbro.
That's not Hasbro.
I'm pretty sure.
It was Dragon Ball Super.
Is it Bandai?
It's Bandai. Yeah, those are Bandai.
It was Hasbro.
They're doing a good job, though. I mean, they're good. They're good Big Arts replacements. They're excellent Big Arts replacements.
They have very similar packaging to the Hasbro ones.
Yeah, the Big Arts are just too expensive, and they're smaller. They're a little smaller, but the Super that come out with Bandai are the same scale as Legends, 6-inch.
See, what I like is that I love this Lightning collection because you guys know me, and I would love to have. I had a plan at one point that I'd get at least every Red Ranger and every 6th Ranger because, you know, every show has got their special 6th Ranger. It's usually gold or green or white or something like that, right? And to go along with the Zords that I had, right? And then I was like, you know, they get expensive. They already start off at like $50-$60, and then they start going up in price. So this is a very affordable way, and they're going to be able to get, I mean,
Hasbro's killing it.
If this line goes for like 5 years, do you know how many Rangers we're going to have?
Yeah.
And they still haven't done a Zeo Red? Come on. Give me red. Give me red number 5. Come on. Come on. And give me the Gold Ranger from Dino Charge. Give me all the Tommy ones.
They're going to do it. They have no choice. They're going to take all our money. That's the plan.
They got the Gold Ranger from Zeo coming out. The Zeo Gold when Jason came back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look who just popped up, everybody.
I know he would.
You can get one made. There's a place at Low Mill that does they'll make like, it's not an action figure, it's more like an in-action figure. But I thought about getting one made of me.
That'd be
so John, if you really do want a Jelani figure, you can do it. He just has to go in there and they scan you and they do like this laser 3D printing thing. Kevin Stokes has one in his studio.
You know what I want? You're gonna stick pins in it. Take a lock of Jelani's hair.
It's my voodoo doll.
And start sticking some pins in it.
What's crazy is that they're really realistic looking. It's crazy. There's probably the same technology that Hasbro uses to make these faces.
For the face print? Yeah. That's what I want to do then. I want to figure me and give it to John.
You can make a custom. Yeah. Where are my Old Blood comics at? Same kids who bought Young Blood in the 90s are all old like me now. I'll eat it up. You know what's crazy is I'm rereading these early Spawn issues and they reference Youngblood a fucking lot, man.
Yeah, because Chapel was in Youngblood.
Yeah,
killed
Chapel's, and they're always like who's he?
Apparently, Alex Simmons was a part of kind of like a pre-Youngblood strike team type deal or something.
Really?
Some kind of Black Ops team. Yeah,
it's crazy because because every time like they see Spawn, they're like, it's one of them Youngbloods. But and I'm like, what, the rapper?
Supposed to be like the biggest super team in the Image universe.
Yep.
Yeah. That didn't last
Avengers.
And it's crazy because as you read the actual issues and you see the ads for what's coming up, you're like, before they even got to like issue 3 or 4 of Youngblood, they're already doing like spin-off series.
Yeah.
Like Youngblood Strike Force and shit like that. I'm like, talk about, I mean,
just work on your one book.
Spawn went for a year and then they did the Violator series, but at least that makes sense because it was veering off from what was going on. And I don't know. But what's crazy is that there's also references to Savage Dragon, but I haven't gotten any references to Wildcats yet.
Yeah, that'd be one that they would want to, push more.
Well, but it's because they're a covert action
team. No one really knows about them.
They look very covert.
Cats with those bright colors.
I like how Ellis took care of that in Wildstorm where they called them cats, and it's a weird thing, covert action team. It makes no sense. It's kind of an oxymoron, right?
But they need to be covertly action-packed.
They were just like, how can we make this work with Wildcats? I love me some Wildcats, though.
It's good.
Yeah, Alan Moore wrote that one for a long time.
And then, of course, Stormwatch.
Yeah, Stormwatch is great.
Stormwatch.
Dude, wouldn't it be nice to get some, now that McFarlane's doing DC figures, wouldn't it be cool to get some Wildstorm figures?
Yeah,
like some Wildcats or some Planetaries.
I
Like
love some of those now, but
We
DC
need-
Direct be in trouble.
we deserve some Authority and Planetary figures that are not the DC Direct ones from the late 90s that are
Those
really
were
kind of
trash
bad.
because they're statues. They're not even figures.
Yeah, but back in the day, we
look
thought those were
fine,
dope.
But the Authority were but the Authority figures are terrible.
Back in the day, we
I
thought
still
they
have
were
my
dope
Jimmy
though.
Sparks. Yeah,
Do you remember?
That
I
Jimmy
had the
Sparks.
Preacher figures. I remember that because the
remember those.
Jesse had light up eyes.
Mhm.
That was cool. I had I never had the Morpheus or the Desire figure. I had the Constantine. I never had the Spider Jerusalem, but it was cool that they did Vertigo figures too. I thought.
Yeah, they did a good job with the kind of the look of them, but like I said, the articulation was terrible.
Oh, we got to call out to Hammer Time Wholeshoe.
Wholeshoe.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it was Team 7. Was Al Simmons in Team 7?
No, I think but Link
No.
on Gen 13 was though.
It was
Yeah,
like
because it was a younger Team 7 was the first one.
that was Lynch and
that was
and
what's
Grifter.
his name and oh yeah, I was
Deathblow, was
thinking about
Deathblow part of
something
that?
I was thinking about something else. What was the team that what's his name? The Weatherman was in.
Stormwatch.
No, the team he was in before that, before Stormwatch.
Oh,
The
I
one
have
where it
no
was
idea.
like 60. It was like, oh god, I forgot. Oh, that's
I have
killing
no
me.
idea, man.
But it's like it was like it was drawn like a 60s book for a while, and I completely forgot the name of it. That's okay. It's fine.
Before Stormwatch?
Yeah, it was before Stormwatch. Way before. It was when Weatherman was
You're talking about Bendix.
Bendix.
Or are you talking about Jackson?
No, I'm talking about Bendix.
Okay.
When Bendix was in his own team, and that's when he met Rose Tattoo.
That's right. That's right.
And all
What
that stuff.
was
But what was the name of that
I
book?
don't remember what that was called.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now, though. I do. But I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember, but I know it was a thing.
We're not 90s image experts.
Not at all.
Except for the Bendis stuff. I was really into the Bendis stuff, like Powers. And then when they got a hold of Jinx and Torso and Goldfish. But I was reading Jinx when it was released by Caliber, which is a weird flex, but it's, that's how serious I am about independent comics, y'all. Caliber Press. They tried to make a comeback. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, did you read the last issue of Second Coming?
Yes.
I think that's one of my favorite series that's come out in a while.
Yeah, I love that one a lot. That same writer did one called Billionaire Island Brooks. That's really good. I think you'd like it. It's really good. But it's about
What's the other one about? Okay.
Oh, Second Coming? I'll tell them what it's about, Brooks.
It's about basically God is kind of disappointed in Jesus, and he looks at, and then in this world there's a Superman type character, so he sees like he wants his son to be more like the Superman figure, so he sends Jesus back to Earth to like basically, and he has this Superman character kind of babysit him to try and like
make him cool.
Yeah. It's really funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It's really good. Because it's funny, but it also hits it hits some great moments too.
Yeah.
The Billionaire Island one, I think I have it right here. It's such a crazy idea. Oh, I thought I did. Maybe I don't. It's my latest stack. Oh man, it's not here. I don't know where it is right now. But so it's set in 2040-ish or something like that, and climate change has caused the sea levels to rise. So all the oceanfront beach properties kind of like gone now, and the billionaires are so tired of being persecuted for being rich. Why do you hate us? We're just rich. We're trying to do the right thing. So they build this like floating mechanical island that they can go to in the international waters and get away with whatever they want to, and not have to pay taxes and not have to deal with people screaming at them. And it's only billionaires are allowed on the island. Not even millionaires. They're scrubs. You know what I'm saying? So, But it was a scathing satire because Mark Russell's the writer of this, and he wrote Second Coming, and it's satirical work. He did the Snagglepuss book, where he Snagglepuss
Heavens
was
to Megatroid.
dudes, yeah, and Snagglepuss was like a gay playwright in Savannah, Georgia in the 50s or something like that, dealing with McCarthyism. He did a Flintstones book where it was the Flintstones in their setting, but with like modern day problems and like real, like dealing with like blue collar working class struggle type shit. He did the Wonder Twins book recently. Y'all, those 12 issues of the Wonder Twins were amazing. And you know me, I've always hated the Wonder Twins. How are two of the best books at DC over the last year, Jimmy Olsen and the Wonder Twins? You gotta be crazy. The Jimmy Olsen book's amazing too by Matt Fraction. It is so good. But yeah,
what is different about
Mark Russell's
Jimmy Olsen? That's what I'm trying to ask you too. What's different,
man?
Okay.
First of all, it's absolutely absurd. Okay, it's goofy. It doesn't take itself very seriously, but it's also got this mystery. And they do the whole issue. Each issue is probably like 5 or 6 different chapters, different stories, and they're all like their own style and thing. And then over the course of this 12 issue series, it's all starting to come together. So all these random things that you just thought were like funny bits are very important to the main story. And it's structurally a work of comic book genius. It really is. It's such a good book.
Olsen.
And it leans into how absurd everything is. It leans into it. It's seriously like Jimmy Olsen, first of all, is obnoxious and he's dumb and he's annoying, right? That's the character.
Not at all.
You know all of his past kooky adventures where he turns into a turtle boy or he like turns into a giant. They reference all that stuff. They have it all in there. It makes sense. They have fun with it. Every chapter starts with this really long introduction where it's like, alas, here we are, all of a sudden, blah, 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 blah. And it'll be like, it's Superman's best pal, Jimmy Olsen. And it's so funny. And Luther's in it. It's tied in. Really good stuff. Yeah, we have Conquistadorks in here. The Flintstones book was pretty nutty. Jimmy Olsen is amazing. The writing is great. It's written in a goofy Silver Age tone. I met Matt Fraction last June at Heroes Con, and he was showing me pages from issues 1, 2, and 3 because it hadn't been released yet. And at that point, they had just done a preview in like some kind of Superman Leviathan special or something. And I told him, I was like, I'm really looking forward to your Jimmy Olsen. And we've been Fraction fans from back in the day because we used to chat with him and Lamb and
ages
me,
ago.
you and Lamb. We used to, back in the Warren Ellis forums. Yeah. Yep. So I told him I was really looking forward to your Jimmy Olsen, and he looked at me. He goes, "Dude, it's a book that doesn't take itself seriously, but it doesn't mean that it's not a serious book." And he said, structurally, it's the toughest thing he's ever had to write. And now seeing how it's panned out, I completely know what he was talking about now. And he also said, he goes, and every time I have to write Superman in it, I stand up straight in the chair because I feel like I have this presence and this enormous responsibility when I'm writing the words that Superman's saying. And I was like, absolutely. And you can tell the respect that's there for Superman in the book because when he shows up, but it's great. It's so fun and ridiculous and goofy, but it's actually just technically a brilliant comic book. And Steve Lieber is the artist and just fantastic work. This is the artist he was the artist on Whiteout, if you remember.
Okay. You're selling me on the trade at least.
Well, the thing that should sell you is that I like it because it's Jimmy Olsen. And I hate Jimmy Olsen.
That's true.
If they put me in charge of Superman books, the first thing I'd do would be kill Jimmy Olsen.
Kill him now.
He died the first issue. I'm not even kidding, y'all. I get people talking. Oh, they
It'd
killed Jimmy Olsen.
Kill Jimmy Olsen. Yeah.
They'd be like, and I'd be interviewed. People like, so when are you going to bring him back? I'm never bringing Jimmy Olsen back. The next guy might be able to do it, but I'm not even going to leave you an explanation. I'll show you the body. I'll show it inside and out. I make the next writer have to think really hard about how to bring this dude back. Why does anybody want a goofy version of Archie hanging out with Superman? Come on.
He's Superman's pal.
That's so stupid.
When he gets in the jam, Superman's there to save him.
I fucking hate Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, man, he's got that watch.
He's still obnoxious. Jimmy Olsen is what they think kids like.
Yeah.
Because they did maybe in the 40s or whatever. I don't know. I've never liked Jimmy Olsen. I hate him. I hate him so much.
Man, Rick Jones, like, just.
What about Snapper Carr?
A Snapper.
I can handle Snapper Carr a little bit better because they do this thing, and Our Man, the 90s series by Tom Payer, is one of my favorites, like 90s series. And you remember the Our Man from the 853rd century that was in DC 1 million?
Yeah.
You right? So he had there was a run on him, and he's an android from the far distant future.
Yeah.
And he has to shack up with Snapper Carr. And Snapper Carr is like down on his luck. He's the former kid sidekick of the Justice League, but they've kind of forgotten about him. They're kind of annoyed with him. The only thing he can do is snap.
And use lime.
that was enough in the 60s, man.
I don't know what was up with lime and asbestos. Man, they love some asbestos in the 60s and 50s.
I remember those old Fantastic Four comic books, like to beat the Human Torch is always asbestos.
It's asbestos.
An asbestos-lined suit or something like that. He was throwing asbestos all over the place.
Dude, there was a villain called Asbestos Man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody got cancer.
Yeah, it's like, has anybody ever done a story? Somebody should. Somebody should do a story with Asbestos Man, and he's got cancer.
Why? Why not?
There is only one trait of Afterlife with Archie, because they haven't completed the second story yet, and I don't think they ever will.
It's been a long time since that came out.
Afterlife,
same thing with the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Sabrina, all of the dark toned, kind of Archie-esque.
Where did that Jughead the Hunger?
Jughead the Hunger came out. Vampironica's been coming out. So they got newer ones that are more on schedule, but those two are written by, what's his name? It's Roberto Aguirre Sasca or something like that, or Casca. I don't remember the name exactly, but he's the showrunner on Riverdale. So I think that's what happened. Is Riverdale was a success, and there you go. It sucks because Afterlife with Archie is one of the best horror comic books ever.
In the have you been getting
Afterlife with Archie, and it just kind of disappeared, kind of like the Manhattan projects.
Yeah, I know. Because Jonathan Hickman has this he's got this bad problem of just dropping books, man. Yeah. Like Black Monday Murders stopped coming out. Brooks, did you notice that?
Yeah.
And Dying in the Dead, we still haven't gotten that one wrapped up.
Yeah. No. So, like, how many issues is that? 3 issues so far?
Dying in the Dead's had more than that, but they haven't finished. And at least Manhattan Projects ended, and now it's just supposed to be a bunch of mini series. So they did the first one that focused on Yuri, right? And what's her name? What's the dog's name? Latya?
Yeah, Leica.
Yeah. So they I should know that because Leica's milk stout is the straight to ale milk stout. Or no, that's the Lily Flag milk stout. Never mind. Anyway, we should know that just because we live in Huntsville, Alabama.
That's right. Tell our locations.
Yeah, right. So we're just waiting because you're right. I want to. What?
We must be space experts.
I just want to know what's going on because there's a lot of stories left dangling from Manhattan Projects, but I really want to know what's going on with Einstein and Feynman.
Yeah.
You know?
At least they finished East of West, though.
Oh yeah, what a great ending! What a great ending!
So many books I haven't read.
Man,
I stopped reading comic books ago.
I would need to be finished. Like I couldn't deal with East of West not having an ending.
I do wonder if Savage Dragon always had nipples in it because nearly all the new ones do. Dude, I don't know if anybody's looked in a recent issue of Savage Dragon, but Eric Larson's gone porn crazy for some reason. I think he's just trying to prove some kind of a point about censorship or something. I don't know. But in the early days, it did not. Spawn didn't have that stuff in the early days as much either. It does a little bit now. But it had a cartoon.
It's like a USA, like the Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm and the Street Fighter cartoon.
Yep, and there was Savage Dragon and Wildcats.
Yeah,
I remember Wildcats.
Wildcats on the USA.
I have the figures. I've got the figures of the Wildcats. I've got pretty much all the Wildcats.
Yeah, I bought the whole line last year, and I did.
Yeah, it's so cheap. And I found Maul was the only one I found and put back, and I kicked myself, so it took me forever to find Maul again. But I got all the Wildcats. I don't think they made a Jacob Marlowe. I think they did. I don't think they did.
They did Grifter, Zealot.
They did Grifter, Zealot. Yep. Spartan.
They do Voodoo.
They did Voodoo. They did Void. Void is the best figure. Void is the best. Huh?
Do they do Warblade?
Yeah. Yeah.
They
All of
did-
them.
I know
have
they did
all of
Sword.
them. They're in a Ziploc bag and they're in the room. Yeah, I have all of them. Yeah, dude.
I love me some Wildcats, y'all.
Yeah.
Volume
Wildcats
1,
clean.
I love the early stuff. Brandon Choi, Jim Lee, and then Alan Moore came in and did a great run. Then Volume 2, the Joe Casey stuff was amazing.
Joe
and then
Casey was awesome.
he took that into 3.0. 3.0.
3.0 is when I started reading Wildcats.
Yeah, Wildcats was
That was
clean.
when
they actually were converted.
made the batteries that never ran out and all that. Yeah.
Halo.
When I started reading
Yeah,
Halo.
I have every issue of Volume 2 and 3. I have the first 10 of Volume 1, but I don't have any of the Alan Moore ones because I used to have a trade of it, and I don't know what happened to that. But that's something that would be easy to complete, probably, would be that Wildcats run. I should focus in on that. Next time a classic Fantastic Four comes and be like, I'm not getting that. I'm going to buy 100 issues of Wildcats.
Oh, yeah.
What's your 90s guilty pleasure comic book, Brooks?
90s.
Because my big guilty pleasure was that I actually liked Brigade.
Wow. Wasn't that like close to Liefeld?
It was
Liefeld.
It was Liefeld. I was young.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
It's part of the
mine was Youngblood.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I had Youngblood books. They're all toilet paper now.
I had a pretty narrow like scope of comics that I collected back when I started out. It was pretty much I was either getting X-Men, sometimes Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. Like those are the three big ones. I didn't really stray too far from those for the most part.
Yeah, I had X-Men, Superman, Detective Comics. What did I get mostly? I got a lot of stuff that Robbie would suggest too. I got into Preacher big time back then. Transmit. A lot of good single issue stuff.
You just got called out.
Yeah,
Jelani.
those are good Wildcats figures.
You got to do it, man. You got to have, if you got them loose, you got to display them, number one. Some 90s pride.
All right. Well, I mean, they exist. I just don't have room for them. I have too many Marvel Legends for that.
Version of issue number 1.
What's that?
The foil version of issue number 1.
The foil one was issue 2.
That's 2.
With the ring foil.
Why would they make issue number 2 the hollow foil instead of issue number 1?
I don't know. They did though.
Money.
Yeah, you got to boost up those issue 2 sales.
Sales. That's right. It's going to drop.
Number 2 sales drop significantly from number 1. And you know what? Another fun, little interesting fact about the Image days, those early days, is they all were coming from, popular books at like Marvel for the most part, right? They all titled their books so they would be on the shelf next to their former book. Spawn was right before Spider-Man. Wildcat was right before X-Men. Youngblood was right after X-Force. Do you get what I'm saying?
That makes so much sense.
Yep.
I always thought the title this team was named Youngblood was kind of strange because Youngblood is usually meant to refer to like somebody who's a rookie,
Right. Right.
Somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience and this is the name of your like expert team of superheroes.
You're talking about Rob Liefeld.
Because it has blood. I know because it has blood in the title and like Liefeld always have blood. Title of his books, but it doesn't really make much sense when you think about it.
He did Blood
It's fine.
Blood
Strike.
Blood Strike.
So there was another interesting thing.
All those pointless lines.
Do you remember when Liefeld in the 90s was kind of threatening Marvel with the idea that he was going to try to sue to get the name rights back for like Deadpool and Cable and X-Force? So they just changed the names of the books. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's Soldier X and Ecstatics and all that.
Yeah. So it kind of makes sense because when I was rereading Spawn, they mentioned this in one of the issues. But do you remember the Youngblood character Bedrock?
Badrock? Well, he was Bedrock.
He was Badrock.
Exactly. He was forced to change one of his characters' names because and it was all about
Flintstones.
And I'm like, Bedrock's a real thing.
Yeah. It's like Bedrock.
Yeah. So they had to change it to Badrock. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no wonder he was like, I want to get the Deadpool name back. Best thing I ever came up with.
Hey, there's a Dirty Harry movie called The Deadpool before
The
that.
Deadpool.
And it's
That's
got Jim Carrey in it.
Yes,
Clint
it does.
Eastwood should have sued Liefeld.
Well, that's the Deadpool. Deadpool's 2 words.
That was
yeah,
a pool
exactly.
of dead.
Deadpool.
They even referenced that in the Deadpool movie, by the way.
Brigade.
How he gets his name.
Wasn't his design Cable, but with a mullet? And somehow
Yeah.
Yeah, those stupid
Brigade was
braids.
the team, but Bloodstrike was in the team, and then he had a brother. So he even had like a twin brother. It's a Cable
my
Strife
God.
thing. Rob Liefeld just recycles these ideas. And like, Fighting American is a real character that Joe Simon and Jack Kirby created after they created Captain America. But when he was fired from Captain America, he gets the rights to Fighting American, relaunches it, and gets sued by Marvel. And he's like, what did I do wrong? This character already existed. Yeah, but he literally just used his layouts and ideas for Captain America for the exact next book.
For the exact same thing.
Oh,
yeah, I remember that.
He even had the little young girl that was his sidekick. His villain had like a silver skull or something like that. Like, I don't know. It was so ridiculous. I remember that lawsuit. Like, he couldn't throw the shield. There were certain rules. They're like, you can keep doing it. You can't throw the shield, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, or something like that.
Wow.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Fucking Rob Liefeld.
Isn't that man just a mess? Just a walking mess.
You
He's still
remember
working, right?
He's still a figure in the industry. I don't know if he's still working because I don't know what book he's got coming out.
I thought he had another like Marvel book that he was doing. Oh, when it had X something?
Major X, but he's done now because they
realized it was Major X.
No, okay. So there was this like a month before Major X debuted, there was an issue of Spider-Man Deadpool, and they were showing a vision of the future or something like that. And so they have the character of Major X in there, very tiny, in one of the backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And, so then everybody, all the spec people, kind of like was like, "Whoa, that's the first appearance of Major X, not Major X #0, right?" So then Rob Liefeld got all pissy about it, and he was like, "I'll never sign a copy of that Spider-Man Deadpool issue. This is some Bush League cheap shit that Marvel's always doing, and my issue was supposed to be the first appearance, and so screw that, blah, blah, blah," and he's done again. And he also lost the rights to Youngblood through some bad business decisions and working with some people that didn't have his best interests at heart. And he wound up losing the rights to Youngblood, which is pretty much the one thing
he's got. All he needed. Yeah.
But then the guy who owns it now is trying to start his own comic book company. And he told Rob Liefeld that I can make you a millionaire if you'll draw the book for me. I'll make you a star. And Rob Liefeld's like, I am a fucking star. You know, because in the 90s, he was a big rock star, man. Him, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee.
Yep. They were the ones that left Marvel.
Yeah, they were superstars.
Yeah.
Larson even. And but I don't know what he's doing right now. One thing that he is doing now that I think is super, super cool is he's been doing these sketches. I saw one the other night he did of Deadpool and Harley Quinn, right? And he's auctioning them off and giving all of the proceeds to a particular comic shop. Like each time he does one, he picks a different comic shop because a lot of comic shops are struggling through this coronavirus stuff, like a lot of other businesses. So I think that's really cool of him. And there are Liefeld fans out there. I don't hate Rob. I like his Captain America run. I really do. I really like his Captain America run. It's not Mark Waid and Ron Garney, obviously.
Yeah.
That's who they cut off to bring in Rob Liefeld.
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember that Mark Waid run was like a big deal back in the day.
It was.
I remember Wizard used to rave about that run a lot.
And they literally came and said, "Guys, you're doing this critical smashing success. You're making Captain America relevant again. It's getting attention in the comic book journalism and press, right? But sorry, guys, we're bringing in Rob Liefeld." So,
Surprise!
then they fired him after like 6 or 7 issues. Heroes Reborn.
Trash.
I love it, and I hate it.
I wanted to talk, but good grief.
Go Rob Liefeld. Well, we're over 2 hours now, so let's wrap this shit up.
All right.
I really appreciate you guys out there watching. I have a lot of fun chatting with y'all in the chat, chatting with these guys, my homies, Brooks and Jelani. So, Brooks, any final thoughts on anything you want to say?
Nope.
What about you, Jelani?
Wash your hands. Don't touch your face.
And
You know, do all the fun stuff.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm just glad everybody's safe. I hope everybody stays safe.
Wash my hands.
That's all.
Yeah, everybody be
That's right.
out there. Stay home if you can. You know,
don't follow my example and touch your face just because someone tells you not to.
Yeah,
that's right. Brooks is a poor role model.
And I'm supposed to shave my beard too. That's what they say. Beard.
Yeah, me too.
The virus can live on the beards or something like that. So I should.
I take baths and showers, so no, I'm fine.
And
wash your face.
Since we talked a lot about Rob Liefeld tonight. Hey, what's up, Icy Cold Milk? Thank you, buddy. Let's end it on this. Mikey's got probably the best thought on the whole thing. Rob is the polar opposite of Todd McFarlane in terms of business acumen.
Yep. Todd is the best. Todd is the best.
You're right about that. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Jelani, thank you for being here. Brooks, thank you for being here. We love talking about Street Fighter. The next poll will be up momentarily as soon as I wrap this up. Then I'm going to go make some pizza. Jelani, good luck with your toilet water. Brooks,
it's still there.
Good luck with whatever you're doing tonight. Everybody, if you're stuck at home, read some comics. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for rocking with us.
Good night.